So, I'm in year 12 now. Life as I know it's going to end soon.
As some of you may or may not be able to tell already, I'm a hormonal teen.
Are there any drama kids out here? I'm so sorry, you're one of the worst kind of people, right?
Son, you're a dick.
So about a year and a half ago, just after my 16th birthday, my parents began to worry that I wasn't developing enough as a man.
I'm just kind of loud and overconfident and say a lot of things, and some of them people laugh at.
Class Clowns is the one and only competition for secondary students, and it's all centred around comedy.
So I've been working on producing Class Clowns nationally for 4 years, and WA's always been really quiet, but I've never believed, and the people I've spoken with to have ever believed that that's for any reason apart from the fact we just need to find a way to connect with young people throughout WA.
I want to do comedy because I'm a creative person, I'm a silly person, and I would love to have a career. I'd love to have a job or a career that lets me kind of focus on the things that I like about myself.
There wouldn't really be a world that's really nice without comedy. It's fun to just laugh at things.
I think it's one of the most powerful ways of bringing people of all different demographics together, or people of all different races and creeds and sexualities and identification numbers and barcodes.
People keep asking me what I'm going to do for a job, and I have lied so many times. Once I told someone I was waiting till marriage.
I learned a lot of stuff from Class Clowns, like proper mic work and just like not to walk backwards and forwards on the stage and stuff. And I tried to take on board as much as I could from each show, and it was like awesome to learn this stuff and see how people in the industry worked with it and stuff. It was awesome.
So we teach failure through comedy, and failure is, such an important thing in the business world, in life, in relationships. People talk about how useful it is, what a great learning tool it is. But when you're a student, you're not encouraged to fail at all. You are punished, actually, if you do badly at something. If you're late to something, if you don't do well on a test, you're punished for those failures. You're not really taught how to reflect on the failures, how to grow from that, how to look for better ways to do things. In fact, there's not that much reflection about the failure. It's more about not failing, rather than what has that taught us and how has that changed us. Whereas in comedy, failure is such a part of the process. We're failing constantly in front of people, while we're writing, when we're working together. You ultimately have more misses than hits. But you have to keep going through this process of being really honest with yourself, with your emotions, with what's happening, and you have to just keep failing your way through to success.
You get that mentality of like, if they don't laugh, it's okay, because that's the sort of point of comedy, that sometimes it doesn't land, sometimes it does.
It allows you to think differently, and that's useful for a lot of things, not just for performances. And that's really relevant to a lot of jobs and just generally when you're interacting with friends.
Lachlan is the greatest comedian, and Harry is dumb. Hey, I'm Harry!
So this year there were 3 WA kids that went to the grand final, got flown over to Melbourne, and that's never happened in WA before. That's a record. And there's such a reflection of the talent that we have in our state and that we've only just started tapping into, and what an amazing, wonderful experience for those kids.
It was all really good. It was awesome meeting everyone, and it was awesome getting to like play at these theatres and stuff. Like, I think it was really good going to the Whopper Theatre. Yeah. That was awesome. And then coming to Melbourne, because this is my first time here.
here's what's happening. We, the Comedy Festival, went all across Australia finding the funniest young people. Yes, that's right. Some of them have got more facial hair than me, but let's move on from that. I'm fine, whatever. Completely cool, I'm 34. Where's puberty?
I think it's helped me develop my style a bit more. It's definitely prepared me to perform to bigger crowds, because up until Melbourne, the biggest crowd I'd performed to was maybe 100 people. And in Melbourne there were like 10 times that, which was super cool. I definitely didn't panic before I went on. I was cool as a ice boy.
Welcome to the stage from WA, Lyndon Hughes!
Hello, Melbourne! My name's Lyndon. Hi, I'm Lyndon, I'm from WA, and I'm a theatre student. I'm trying to be like the next Hugh Jackman, and as you can see, already got the bod down packed. Yeah. I love this city. It's so easy to be a creative voice and a creative powerhouse in this city. There's so much opportunity for performance, just like in the street. And I don't know about you guys, but I always get a little bit intimidated when a gang of street performers approach me. So I went up on this article, and it said, if you are approached by a gang of circus folk, go for the juggler.
Just kind of gave like a bit of confidence to my material to say that I can write well.
It's a common trope amongst a lot of comedians to complain about the people that they hate. But you see, I'm not a very hateful person, all right? So my list is actually quite small. It goes Nazis, mass murderers, ISIS, and people with personalized number plates.
It was a bit scary and a bit overwhelming, but it was also really cool because I've never been in a theatre like that size and that like amazingly designed, and then also I haven't been in front of a crowd that size.
I think I would just be terrible in an interview. Like, they would ask a question like, what can you bring to the table? I don't know. What's everyone else bringing? Like, salads, desserts, cheese. I can bring cheese. I know cheese. I'm comfortable with cheese.
People often say, you know, kids are our future, you know, they're our future, but they're here right now. They're not somewhere else and then suddenly they're in the future. They're here, they're part of our world, and they have some unique things to say. They have a different way of viewing the world, and I think to connect to that and to validate their perspective and to give that a platform and a stage and an audience, we're only going to get more insights into them and ourselves and the world around us. And comedy is such a great way of cutting through all the adult, you know, boundaries and structures and expectations that place around kids, and it just cuts straight to the truth, because comedy is truth, and it just goes straight to your heart and makes you laugh at the same time.